In the last video, we did a blind contour drawing, which may have you thinking that you need to create your visual piece by drawing. This is not true. The drawing exercise was meant as a warm-up to awaken the visual centers of your brain. But you don't need to draw to create your visual piece. There are many different mediums and tools that you can use. In this video, I'm going to go through a few different options. Now, this is by no means an exhaustive list of all the visual mediums possible, but hopefully it will give you some ideas. First off, photography. Taking photos isn't just about capturing a moment, it's also about expression. There are many photographers that treat their photos as art pieces and take photos that express thoughts, feelings, and ideas. If you choose to explore photography as a way to create your visual piece, here are a few tips. Consider the mood of the photograph. What emotions are you trying to evoke or recreate? The best way to create mood in photography is through lighting. A photo taken outside on a bright, sunny day evokes a much different mood than one taken during a thunderstorm. Think about the point of view or angle of the photograph. For example, you could take a photo from the ground to capture an ant's eye view, or you can take one from a high place looking down to capture a bird's eye view. Both communicate something very different. Finally, you might want to consider using several photos that, when grouped together, tell a compelling story. Collage. Now, this is related to photography, but collage involves assembling many different images together to create one single image. You can do this manually using scissors and gluing the different components together, or you can do it on the computer using desktop publishing programs. You can use any type of image you like: illustrations, photographs, packaging, patterns, fabric. The images you use can be created by you or collected from other sources. Graphic design. Now, this is a very broad category, but basically it refers to assembling different images or graphic elements on a two-dimensional page. The primary purpose of graphic design is communication. It's used to send a message and provide information. Graphic design also uses a lot of written text. Some examples include posters, infographics, brochures, books, pamphlets. The key component of graphic design is the merging of text and images. So if you choose this as your medium, you'll want to think about what words or sentences you'll include and how you'll enhance those through the use of images. You'll also want to think about the layout, how all the elements are arranged on the page. Mapping. When we think of maps, we often think of geographical ones, the ones used to navigate cities, towns, countries. But there are a lot of creative and artistic maps out there too, and they can be very effective at expressing and communicating ideas. For example, this is a travel map where all the different parts of the city are labeled by smells and fragrances. The person who created this map is capturing their experience of being in this particular place. This is a mind map, which is meant to create associations between different thoughts, ideas, and emotions. Drawing. As mentioned earlier, you don't have to draw to create your visual piece, but you certainly can if you want to. Drawing can be done with all different kinds of tools. You can use pencil, pen, pencil crayons, pastels, whatever is most enjoyable for you. You might also consider tracing. Tracing can be a great way to draw with a little less pressure. The easiest way to trace is to stand at the window and draw with your papers on the window pane. The light from the window will make it easier to see the image you're tracing. Sculptures, models, and 3D art. The methods we've talked about thus far have all been two-dimensional, but you can also create something that's three-dimensional. Like graphic design, the 3D world is very broad and there are a lot of options. You could arrange found objects in a pattern. This is sometimes called knolling. You might gather together objects that mean something or represent something about your experience and arrange them together to take a photograph. Another option is to create a model or a diorama. This could be of a scene, scenario, room, or environment. Sculptures can be made of clay or paper mache, or you might consider combining different materials together like metal or cardboard. You could even bake a sculpture. Maybe you want to try creating a cake or another baked good that you decorate and turn into your aesthetic piece. I encourage you to experiment with a couple of different mediums to find something that you enjoy and feel comfortable with. And when choosing your medium, keep these two things in mind. First, make sure that the medium matches the mood you're trying to convey. A cake sculpture, for example, may have too celebratory a mood if you're trying to capture a darker, more intense mood. 2, make sure you enjoy working in that medium. If you hate it, don't do it. The most important thing is that you love the process, so pick something that you find enjoyable.